Already now we should be clear with our microphone. Do apologize. For some reason our microphone had been disconnected. Matt Cherry sitting on top of the board here in that 48 machine. Welcome to Richmond International Raceway. You're live here on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. This is the Athens Screen Printing 150 as we are narrowing down here season 5 of the Iron Thunder Racing League. Athens Screen Printing Rush Series. Taking out of Matt Quicks out on the speedway. Coming to a stop. 15 of Tresnant. He finishes up his 11th place bid. As we are looking for, there's Adam Trone. Slowing on the speedway. 91 of Jackson Allen in that military police scheme. Are in the beginning of the round of 8. We'll have one more race in the round of 8 at Dover next week before we trim it down to 4. And those 8 drivers that are vying for a championship are Bailey Curry, Sawyer Ott, Tresnant, Jackson Allen, Kelvin Moser, Storm Patterson, Patrick Langley, Matt Cherry. Right now, Matt Cherry sitting in that 6th spot. Brandon Klucher, who's went to the top of the board. We have Raymond Rittenauer on the speedway. Jackson Allen P2. Qualifying, getting ready to wrap up. See if we catch 66 of Garrett on his last lap there. He went 13th quick. Five seconds left, and Brandon Klucher's Jackson Allen on that front row out of the 20 cars that took time here so far. And qualifying is over. 22 cars looks like timed in tonight. This is the 9th race of the season 5 of the Athens Screen Printing Rush Series. This is the 3rd race of the playoffs. First of the Elite 8. Three sets of tires these drivers will have tonight. Only 3 sets. We see the 25 of Brandon Klucher starting on the pole. To his outside of the 91 of Jackson Allen. Row number 2 will find the 43 of Kelvin Moser, the Monster Energy Chevrolet, the Corsair Toyota Supra, It'll be the 86, so Alex Bottom on the outside. In row number 3, we'll find the Tesla-powered number 5 Chevrolet Camaro of Matt Clouzeau, Canadian driver as well. To his outside of the Mid-South driver, the Napa Know-How Ford Mustang. It'll be the 48 of Matt Cherry, points leader. Run number 4, we'll find the 89 of Matt Quick. To his outside Florida driver, the Young Buck, 63 of Storm Patterson. Run number 5, we'll find the 35 Athens screen printing Chevrolet Camaro. That'll be Sawyer out. To his outside, the 74 of Brian Wortman. Run number 6 to the inside, the 09 of Dave Matson. In the Monster Energy 09. It was outside of the 78 Travelers Rest South Carolina native. Then Coda Ford Mustang of Patrick Langley. Row number 7 will be the 05 of Bailey Curry. To his outside, the 66 of John Garrett. Row number 8, Roger Debo, Treston I. Row number 9, Adam Strone, Manning Gregory. Row 10, Elaine Hughes and Dan Half. And the last row, row 11, 87 of Raymond Rittenauer, 34 of Sean Bowney, your leader. Getting ready to let it hang out here as we have one to go this time by. Back up already. Already bumper cars on the speedway, and the green flag is yet to fall. Brendan Kluster's on that 25. Leading the field to the green flag, the Athens screen printing 150 is about to come to life here. The Elite 8. First round of the Elite 8 here at Richmond International Raceway. The green flag is out, and the Athens screen printing 150 is underway. Brendan Kluster will lead him down into turn number 1. The old files in behind him, the 91 of Axel Jackson Allen will hold on suit. He'll ride the tire tracks to the 25. Kelvin Mosier will break away from the rest of the field as Matt Cherry has trouble. He'll go up the racetrack. He'll hold on to that machine and continue as the 25 of Klusterhuis out front, down the back straightaway. At this .72 mile oval, unofficially here in Richmond, Virginia. Richmond International Raceway is what it was formerly known, now just Richmond Raceway. '86 Alex Bottom continuing his streak of good runs, but can he finish it out? As Bottom and the 63 of Storm Patterson, they'll battle side by side for the 4th spot. Snowman Studios on the hood of that 63 Chevrolet Camaro for Storm Patterson, young driver out of the state of Florida. As they'll go single file now, all the way back to the 89 of Matt Quick, who currently rides right now in the 9th spot. Working underneath them, the 09 of Dave Matson. 78 of Patrick Langley, Travelers Rest South Carolina native. Look to the inside of the 89. Matt Quick content to ride right where he's at in that middle groove. Already see 2 distinct grooves here. Unfolding, no cautions for stages here. No quick fixes for these guys, and only 3 sets of tires. As we put lap 6 on the board of the 150, 145 laps to go. Let's check back in with your leader. 25 of Brendan Kluster, able to keep a car length and a half advantage over that 91 of Jackson Allen. 43 of Mosier right now getting pressure from the 63 of Storm Patterson. Still riding the tire tracks of that 43 machine. Into turn number 1. Patterson goes to the bottom. Mosier working that middle lane. As they exit the back straightaway, they'll stay single file most way through the field here, all the way back to the 27 of Manning Gregory, who rides in that 16th spot. He in the 38 of Roger Diebold swapping positions as these drivers start to settle in, log some laps here early. In the Athens screen, printing 150 from Richmond Raceway. Beautiful weather for a race here this evening. 84-degree ambient temperature. The track temperature right now, 109 degrees. With a southwest wind of 11 miles an hour. Keep an eye out as those track temperature windows down as the night goes on. Early fast lap right now, 22.768. 22.768 for the 25 Canadian driver of Brendan Kloosterhuis, who continues to lead now and putting a little more distance between he and the 91 of Jackson Allen. They get 4 to 5 car lengths now. 22 cars started tonight, 22 cars still on the lead lap here as we put 11 laps on the board. 11 down, 140 to go. Remember, these drivers only have 3 sets of tires. We'll watch the tire strategy game play out and see who goes where and does what as the Tesla sponsored Chevrolet, the 5 of Matt Kloosterhuis, right now trying to work on the back deck of the 86 Corsair machine of Alex Bottom, sporting one of the few Supras in the field. I believe we have 4 Supras in competition here tonight. There is that battle right now for that 3rd spot. Mosier, you'll have a little connection issue, contact down the backstretch. Storm Patterson will wash up the racetrack there. Car getting a little tight on him. Oh, tight again. Around goes the 43 of Mosier. He'll be able to keep it. Out of harm's way. It looks like the 63 may have got loose. Underneath the 63. Mosier able to keep it out of harm's way. You'll just have to go to the tail end of the longest line here, as we have some fakers and takers on pit road. It's like Bailey Curry, Matt Cherry gonna give up the 6th spot. Bailey Curry gonna give 10th, 11th. John Garrett, Roger Diebold, Ray Rittenauer, Dan Half, Adam Strong, Kelvin Mosier, and Brian Workman all coming pit side for service here on lap 16. Just a quick heads up. The 09 of Dave Matson. See if we can do a paint refresh. Dave Matson and Kelvin Mosier. Awfully familiar looking paint schemes. Kalusha, who's going to take the top side of this restart, will get the one to go signal. I apologize for any white cars you see on the screen as we refresh the trading paint system. Trying to give everybody a fair and equal opportunity to represent their sponsors out here this evening. Those cars should refresh and still the same with the 09 of Dave Matson as we are back in the gas, and looks like the 91 Jackson Allen may got caught slipping just a bit. 25 of Kluger, who drops the hammer. Here comes Storm Patterson, looking to make a move for P2, but right now nothing doing for him. Alex Bottom in that 86 machine. He'll work the outside with a 35 of Sawyer right in his tire tracks. Now, first three cars go single file. Alex Bottom decides to work that middle lane. Here comes Sawyer trying to take away the fourth spot from Alex Bottom. He'll work underneath the Toyota Supra. 78 of Patrick Langley in his Ford Mustang, riding close behind in that sixth spot. Still battling right now for that fourth spot. So you're not going away on the bottom side. Armada got a little loose there. Hard to tell from that camera angle. 3 wide back here. Dave Matson, the 05 of Bailey Curry, and Matt Klusterhuis. Will go down now to 2 wide as they battle. Back here for that 9th spot. Used to seeing Dave Matson in the Amsoil machine. Amsoil and Navy colors, the norm for the 09 of Dave Matson, and right now he's sporting a numberless Monster Energy paint scheme. Not quite as noticeable tonight on the speedway. Patrick Langley now giving a charge to the inside of Sawyer. He'll take the spot. Bailey Curry has found the rear deck lid of Sawyer in the 35 machine, making his way up to the 7th spot. Top 3 still the same. Klusterhuis, Alan Patterson, bottom right in the 4th spot. Give 5th to Patrick Langley as he'll challenge Bottom for the 4th spot. And in turn number 1, Bottom shuts the door. Bottom still running that middle groove Langley will look underneath. Langley all the way to that yellow line. But Bottom able to power off from that middle lane and drive away. As we come into tonight's action, I made a mistake earlier. Matt Cherry was not your points leader. Matt Cherry just having a string of good finishes. You see the 05 of Bailey Curry making his way methodically up through the field as we've got trouble in the 09 of Dave Matz and 15 of Tresnot, both pointing in the wrong direction. At the end of the back straightaway, going into turn number 3. Replay upcoming. Oh, looks like both of those guys going to take a hard hit to the inside retaining wall. Oh, this may have been a 3-car incident. Jackson Allen, Alex Bottom, Bailey Curry, Patrick Langley, Sean Bounty going to stay out on the speedway. Coming into tonight's action, Bailey Curry, your points leader. Sawyerot, Tresnot, Jackson Allen, Kelvin Mosier. Green flag back in the air. 91 of Jackson Allen will hammer down. Bottom, Langley and Curry will follow suit. Kelvin Mosier 3 laps down in that 43. As the 05 of Bailey Curry will try to work his way around him. Now go to work on that 91 of Jackson Allen. Mosier with a strong car. Trying to get laps back the hard way.
The yellow flag is out.
Trouble back here around the 78 of Langley. Jackson Allen gonna come pit side. Alex Bottom coming as well. I'll leave Bailey Curry out by his lonesome. Reckon that. One to green. Green back in the air, the 05 of Billy Curry will drop the hammer. As the 63 of Patterson will challenge him on the bottom. New leader, Storm Patterson. Up the racetrack goes the 35 of Otten. We've got another caution on the speedway. Like maybe the 38 of Roger Devo pointing around in the wrong direction. Got minimum damage on that car. Check the replay. Everybody avoiding the 38. Waiting on the one to go signal. We are 46 laps in with 105 laps to go. Restart coming. Hammer down for Storm Patterson. He'll use the bottom lane to his advantage and jump out by 2.5, 3 car lengths over Bailey Curry. Klusterhuis trying to get back to the front. He'll look underneath Curry with fresh tires. Single file for the top 4. 91 Jackson Allen trying to make his way back. Once again, first race from Dover International Raceway tomorrow night. Green flag will fall at 7:05. Green flag at 7:05 p.m. tomorrow night for the first of our double headers. Sawyer out, looking to the inside of Patterson in turn number 3. Patterson holding off right now. Klusterhuis back to the 3rd spot. Curry riding in 4th, 5th, 48 of Matt Cherry. Stringing them out here to top 3. As we log a few laps, 58 on the board, 93 to go. Curry still holding on strong in the top 5 with 43 laps since he's been pit side. Take you that run down while you get it while we can. Patterson, Ott, Klusterhuis, Allen, and Curry make out the top 5. It'll be Matt Cherry, Sean Downey, Alex Bottom, Matt Klusterhuis, and Patrick Langley rounding out the top 10. John Garrett, Roger D. Bolt, Adam Strong, Matt Quick, Dan Half in the top 15. It'll be Ryan Workman, Elaine Hughes, Treston Ott, and Ray Rittenauer, the top 19 lead lap cars. Kelvin Moser, 20th, 1 lap down, 2 laps down. Mendon Gregory in the 27. And out of action, the 22nd spot, the 09 of Dave Matson. Called it quits for tonight, 31 laps down. Here comes Brandon Klusterhuis to the inside. He'll work on the 35 of Ott. There's trouble with the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer. He'll slow to the inside. Battle is on for that 2nd spot. Now the 91 of Jackson Allen trying to move in on that 35 of Sawyer Ott, but he'll shut the door momentarily into turn number 1. Side by side now for 3rd. Not getting a good run off of that second lane. He'll lose the second spot. He'll try to hold on to third for the moment. Third will go to the 91 of Allen as they'll go single file. We'll put lap 65 on the board. Excuse me, lap 64 on the board. 87 laps to go. Storm Patterson has led 22 laps. The young buck youngster Snowman Studios machine. Right now, a 2-car length advantage over Brandon Klusterhuis in that Iron Thunder Racing Network All Gas TV Chevrolet Camaro. Coming to you via our neighbors to the north. Canadian driver Brendan Klusterhuis, one of 2 Canadians in the field. As the 91 of Jackson Allen trying to make something work in that middle lane. He tries to put pressure on Klusterhuis. They are side by side. They had a big run there on Patterson, and somebody had to let go of something. Not sure if Patterson car got tight on him. Loose, but they had a steam ahead coming right toward the back deck lid of that 63. We already seen damage before we even dropped the green flag. An accordion effect as we got a new second place. 91 Jackson Allen in that military police scheme has moved into P2. Elaine Hughes will go down a lap here. Jackson Allen pitted 32 laps ago. 39 laps ago, Storm Patterson pitted. And 25 of Klusterhuis was all but on the back deck lid of that 91 machine. Working our way out of turn number 4. We'll put lap 70 up on the board, 81 to go. As Patterson leads his 28th lap tonight. Battle back there in the 4th spot. The battle of the Athens screen printing now. Battle here for the lead. Allen trying to make it stick on the bottom. Patterson will hold on to it at the line. But into turn number 1, they are dead even. Patterson will wash up the racetrack. Trouble. The 35 car in turn number 2. As he gets it turned back in the right direction, replay upcoming. Take a look here. Oh, well, looks like the 48 might have just got a piece of him. And luckily for the 35, the caution comes out. And he had kept going, that machine. It may have been a no-go with the caution. There you have it. Let's check back in with the leaders. Any takers on pit road. Here comes Bailey Curry, Matt Cherry, Patrick Langley, Sean Bounty, Roger Debo, John Garrett, Sawyer Ott, Matt Quick, Adam Strong, Dan Half, Tristan Ott. That'll leave Jackson Allen, Storm Patterson, Brendan Klusterhuis, Matt Klusterhuis, Alex Bottom, and Brian Workman. The only lead lap car so far that stayed out on the racing surface. We are 73 laps into our 150 lap affair here. 78 to go. 5 cautions for 20 laps so far. This is the Iron Thunder Racing Network, and you are watching the Iron Thunder Racing League Athens Screen Printing Rush Series. This is Elite 8 race number 1. One more to go before we narrow it down to the championship 4. As the field paced behind the pace car here. Allen going to choose the inside for the restart. Lights have been extinguished around the racing surface, and we are set to go back green here from Richmond Raceway, Richmond, Virginia. $75 to go. Jackson Allen leads into turn number 1 and that 91 machine. '25 of Brendan Klusterhuis rides in third. The '05 of Bailey Curry in the 5th spot. Patrick Langley and Alex Bottom in tow behind them, 3 wide behind them momentarily. With the 35 of Ott. Here comes the '05 of Curry for that 2nd spot. Here comes new tires. 1 car slow on the front straightaway coming to a stop. 15 of Treston Ott. He'll get back on the hammer as the battle for the lead. Quickly. Oh! Rear end of the car, step down. It'll be 3 wide into turn number 1. And the 91 of Jackson Allen will get down on the brakes to avoid that 3 wide calamity as we drag race down the back straightaway. Langley and Curry into turn number 3. Langley on the bottom will pull away now. Sawyer out with a wobble off of turn 4. Reminiscent of the '05, 1 lap ago. New leader, Patrick Langley. He'll put his Kyle Weatherman Racing Ford Mustang to the point. Langley looking for a win. Looking to go ahead and punch that ticket to the final 4. Langley comes into the night's action at the 7th in points. 2 top 5s and 5 top 10s. to his credit so far this season in that 78 Kyle Weatherman Racing Ford Mustang. So far, able to put some distance between he and Bailey Curry with the damage that he has on that 78 machine. You see the Evan Rudman Coda, Fathom Offshore's Ford Mustang for Kyle Weatherman Racing and Patrick Langley, South Carolina native. They work around the lap traffic of Elaine Hughes. We'll put lap 85 on the board, 66 to go. Clicking them off left and right. Once again, race number 2. Will come at you from Fort Worth Screen Printing 125 over International Raceway, Monday, May 24th. And that'll conclude the round of 8. They'll send us to the Daytona International Speedway. The Rush Series 200, 80 laps under the lights. Determine a champion. Bailey Curry with 2 wins on the season. Jackson Allen with 2 wins. Sawyer Ott got a win at Daytona. Kevin Hash got a win at Charlotte. Tresnott got a win at Lucas Oil. Josh Ball won at Talladega Super Speedway last Monday. Curry starting to run back down. Oh, that 78 of Langley. Let's see where the camera takes us. Back here around the 10th spot. But Alex Bottom. Dan Half. Storm Patterson, Brendan Klusterhuis, Alex Bottom, Patterson and Klusterhuis, Patterson and Klusterhuis, been 62 laps since they've seen fresh Goodyear rubber. They may be holding on to that final set. No way to know how many sets they've used so far. Just about willing to bet they're on their second set. Or maybe trying to make that. Lap cars in front of your leaders. Way up the racetrack hard in the outside wall goes the 29. Right in front of your leaders. The leaders will have to work slower traffic. First car to encounter now, the 15 of Ott. They'll clear him. The 9 of Adam Strong. He'll go to the outside. Now Bailey Curry looking on that outside middle groove. Try to power his way around the 78. He will. New leader on lap 96. Bailey Curry goes back to the front. Show you the big fall off from the tire. Clusher's run a 22.768 on lap number 3. Last time, Brandon Clusher's run a 24.258 after 67 laps on one set of tires. He is currently holding on to the 8th spot. Caution back up. Taking a look around the speedway, no obvious sign. Hearing. Possibly the 38 of Roger Devo. How far back we gotta go to see Debo spin. Everybody coming in for tires now. Lap 101. Brian Workman and the 38 of Roger Debo, the only two staying out on the speedway. Oh, Matt Cherry might have snuck it out there. See. Matt Cherry winning the race off of pit road. Lights are off. Going green this time by. That Cherry gonna lead them now in the turn number one. Patrick Langley squeezed in there 3 wide. 91 Jackson Allen. 25 of Klusterhood's contact. Little accordion effect happening back here. Everybody trying to give each other a little bit of room. Oh, hard contact with that wall for 38 of Roger Debo. Oh, Jackson Allen with a bobble out of turn 4. That Cherry pulling away from the 05 of Bailey Curry. Bailey Curry. Down to 43 laps remaining. As the Napa Filters, Napa Know-How. Ford Mustang. We'll put lap 10, excuse me, put lap 109 on the board. 42 to go. And a new fastest lap of the race. Coming just a minute ago, lap 106. 22, 608. 22, 608 for Matt Cherry. As he leads his 6th lap tonight. 9 lead changes. 6 cautions for 29 laps. Put lap 111 on the board this time by Richmond Raceway. The Athens screen printing 150. One of the biggest leads we've seen all night long. Right now, being held by the 48 of Matt Cherry, who has been fairly hot the past few weeks. Matter of fact, last week, he finished in the 3rd spot at Talladega. Not a too good a run at Texas. Finished 2nd 2 weeks ago in Charlotte. His Rush Series stats right now coming into tonight's action. 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s. Had a win at Charlotte in the Premier Series. 118, 118 on the board. As that lead's starting to dissipate just a bit. Corner after corner here. Bailey Carey back on the charge. Bailey Carey trying to punch his way into that final four. Points leader looking to take the lead here with 31 laps to go. Good battle up front for that top position. .48 long moment, shut the door. Caution back out on the speedway. 63 of Storm Patterson. Alex Bottom may have got a piece of it as well. Oh, Workman able to avoid a certain disaster. '91 Jackson Allen, Brandon Klusterhuis, Matt Klusterhuis, Matt Quick, John Downey, Alex Bottom, Dan Aff, Adam Strong, Roger D. Bolt, all coming pit side. Along the 63 of Storm Patterson. Riding right now, Matt Cherry, leader, Bailey Carey in second. Sawyer Ott rides third. Fourth will be Patrick Langley. And fifth will be John Garrett. Lights are out. Here we go. 25 laps remaining. Back in the gas goes Matt Cherry. Sawyer right on his back deck lid. Up the hill goes the 05 of Bailey Curry. 78 of Patrick Langley riding right there. Here comes the 91 of Jackson Allen loose. Here's the 35 of Otten. Around goes two cars in the back straightaway. 86 of Alex Bottoms. Oh, 89 comes across traffic. Bounces off to some Garrett. Take a quick second, we'll be right back. We are inside 20 laps to go. If you're watching with us, let us know who is going to bring home the Athens Screen Printing 150. Who are you riding with? Can Matt Cherry hold off Bailey Curry? Does Patrick Langley have something to say about it? How about Sawyer Ott or Jackson Allen? Can Brendan Klusterhuis regain that coveted P1 position? All about to unfold here as we are half a lap away from the drop of the green flag. We'll take the green flag on lap 133 with 18 laps to go. Car is off. Matt Cherry is back in the gas. Bailey Curry. Oh, contact up top there. Here comes Kluster, who's trying to make it 3 wide. He'll bounce off the 35, 78 into the wall. We're green. And the yellow flag is back out. Hard hit for the 25 of Kluster. All playoff drivers. Replay coming at you. Big run there for the 25. Sticks it. Comes up contact with a 35. All 3 cars will bounce off that outside retaining wall. And continue on. 3-car incident. Then the 25, like he just drove back in there. And nowhere to go for the 89. Three good cars out of contention. One fell swoop. Here we go, green getting ready to drop. And Bailey Curry shot out of a cannon, 3-4 car lengths over to 48 of Cherry. Here comes the 91 of Jackson Allen. He'll go to the bottom side. 34 Sean Valley, virtually out of nowhere. 48 of Matt Cherry, a little loose. 91 Jackson Allen with a good run. Kalustra Hoos to the number 5. Way outside. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Challenge for the lead. Contact Curry and Allen. Allen will go up the racetrack. He'll dive back down to the bottom. Down the back straightaway. Into the inside, the 05 of Courage. Trying to block, but nothing he can do. As Jackson Allen go to the front with 10 to go. Side by side again. Matt Klusterhuis. Where's he been? Caution back out on the speedway. 32 of Dan Howe. Jackson Allen, Bailey Curry, Matt Klusterhuis, Sean Bounty. Norm Patterson, your top 5. Matt Cherry. Adam Schroen. Brendan Klusterhuis, Kelvin Moser, and John Garrett. Back in the gas goes that 91 of Jackson Allen. He'll lead Bailey Curry into turn number 1 with 4 laps to go. Sean Downey working the outside. Klusterhuis. We'll look underneath Bounty. Allen walking away. 3 laps to go. Battle for third. Now the battle is on for the 4th spot. Oh, big wreck. '25 car hammered the outside wall. Overtime, here we come. Green back in the air. Green white checkered attempt for the 91 of Jackson Allen. Can Bailey Curry do anything with him? Nose to tail. Go the top 3 out of turn number 4. White flag in the air for the 91 of Jackson Allen. Allen Half a car and lead the baby now. Down the back straightaway, can Bailey Curry do anything with him? Will he try to move him, or we could send the ride? So we'll exit turn number 4. Footwork screen for the 150. Jackson Allen. The 05 of Bailey Curry. And the 34 of Sean Downey. Let's get the driver of the 34, Sean Downey, up in the booth here. Alrighty, joining me up in the booth now, the driver of the 34, ShrineStore.com Toyota Supra, and qualified 20, or I'll say started 22nd here tonight, and quietly just rode around a while, and all of a sudden, when it counted, here come that 34 machine, and able to fend off Storm Patterson and Matt Kluster, who had a good charge there right before the green-white checker caution come out. Congratulations on a solid P3 finish.
We're kind of in the championship stages of the Rush Series, and I only ran a few races so far in the series. Just schedule ain't working out too well. But I thought, I didn't want to be in anybody's way getting this race going, and just thought I'd start in the back. So dumped my qualifying, started in the back, and slowly worked my way through the race. I had a lot of kind of brake issues on mid-range tires. I wasn't really sure how some of these guys were diving into the corner so hard and still getting it to rotate. But about halfway through the race, kind of figured it out. But then, just like everybody at some point in the race, I skipped a couple pit stops to save some tires at the end. So I got my last set of tires right when it counted most for me, and just out of my way back up through the field. Couple of really close calls. So getting up here was a little bit lucky. A couple of restarts ago, I was right behind that massive pile up that on the exit of turn 2. I don't know how I got through there. They all pancaked hard enough that I barely squeaked by, and that just gave us a chance there. Matt Matt was really hard all race long. We both went through the field, and he was really hard to pass. I felt like a lot of times I was faster than him, but I could never pass him, and my tires would just wear out, and then he'd pull away late in the run. But right there, those last 2 restarts, I figured out that those restarts and just timing it right, and got a really good hookup on the outside that just gave me enough advantage to hold them off.
Alrighty, I tell you what, man, we enjoyed it up here, and
Yeah.
I know we looking tomorrow night. We'll have a double header, and coming off a win with the Ryan Sadusky Memorial, got a steam of momentum rolling. We'll do twin 75 laps tomorrow night. You ready for it?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I love Richmond. It's a decent track. Sometimes the iRacing setups are good for me, sometimes they're bad. So we'll see. Dover, to me, it's just going to be survival. I drive well there. Not usually competitive, but I drive well, and the biggest thing is just not getting into the it's like Talladega in a sense. Those big ones happen on iRacing, and they have potential to take out the whole field. So just a little worried about that one.
Alrighty, man. We look forward to tomorrow night. Good luck, and hopefully we can hear from you from the booth.
Yeah, sounds good. Good night.
Alrighty, that was third place finisher, the 34, Sean Bounty. Bring up next the 05 Athens screen printing machine of Bailey Curry. Joining me now is the driver of the Athens screen printing 05 of Bailey Curry, and we last time we talked about tire management, and we'll talk about it again. Seemed like the king when it comes to tire management, as you had two good stints tonight of making those tires work in your advantage and finishing it off with about a 50 lap run there on a set of tires, and coming home in a solid P2 finish right ahead of a stout Jackson Allen. Not a bad way to help keep that points lead there, and making the route to the Final Four a little bit easier.
Yeah, man, kind of stinks we weren't able to get the win. I felt like I was really, like you say, pretty decent at saving tires there. Just new tires always won out, and I knew if we got a caution there at the end, I was going to be in trouble with me and Cherry and a few of them other guys going ahead and taking that last set. I was really hoping we could go for a long run. Seemed like about as far as we were going to go was 25 laps, but I know it is what it is. I feel like I did a decent job there at the end, kind of hanging with those guys who had taken the tires. So, like I said, one spot short. I was reaching, trying to give old Jackson the old boot and scoot, but guess we get there.
Yeah, and I tell you, right before that caution came out, a lot of chatter on the radio, man. You guys were just, and out of nowhere, it seemed to like the five of Klusterhuis come up in there, was throwing his name up in the mix. Y'all guys were mixing it up and racing really hard and clean, and then all of a sudden, they got those guys in the back of the pack racing for last. Kind of spoilt the good racing up front. Man, that was going to be a wild show up there, and which may have worked out in the favor of some people up front. Because you never know, close racing like that can only last so long before it ends into some destruction.
Right. No, that's what I like about Richmond, as you can kind of be sliding, you can be all over the place, but you can usually make it work for you if you can find out where your car is working, find out how you can try to keep those tires under you and work them where they need to be worked. Uh, it can turn out pretty good, and I feel like it was definitely showing there at the end of that race. I mean, I know I ran Jackson really hard when he got to me to pass me, but I knew I had to with him having fresher tires. Unfortunately, this wasn't quite enough to keep him behind me.
Alrighty, man. We look forward to getting this doubleheader going tomorrow night. Good luck, and hopefully we can talk to you again.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, driver of the 05 of Bailey Curry. Let's bring up your Athens screen printing 150 winner, Jackson Allen, in the 91. Joining me in the booth now is the driver of the 91 machine, and I'll tell you, man, these three, giving only three sets of tires really makes one have to kind of play a little bit of guessing game, a little bit of strategy, and looks like you played yours to the tee tonight, maybe with some help of others through caution wise, but nonetheless, man, you were able to get up there and really put on a good show with Bailey Curry. Unfortunately, that last caution coming out, you, Curry, and Klusterhuis and Bounty had snuck his way up in there as well. Y'all were putting on a hell of a show up front and just got ended there by a caution late in the race. Got a copy? Okay, maybe a little trouble with the 91 machine. Maybe having some connection issues with Discord. We'll hang around here a second and see if we can get Jackson Allen back on with us. See if he can
Can you hear me this time, Gristle?
Yes, sir. We got you.
That was weird.
Yeah, man. We are talking about basically just really there at the end, man. You and Klusterhoos and Curry and Sean Bounty was able to throw his name in there a little bit before that final caution. You guys are really having the race of the night, really back and forth up front there, and it seemed like at the time we didn't know if Curry had something for you or if you were going to be able to sneak it out. Y'all were duking it out up front, and as Matt Kluser, who's come out of nowhere, and Sean Bounty, I had to look and see where they were on tire wise, just judging by their last pit stop. But nonetheless, man, y'all were about on the same page other than Curry. He stretched out a 50-lap run, which when we start talking about tire conservation, it seems like Curry's name is always at the top of that list. But nonetheless, man, you were able to use that caution to your advantage and strike away and put this one in the books.
Yeah, the last caution is the only one that fell my way. The rest of them just kept catching me out. So I was off sequence a couple times. Around lap, 75 there, I kind of just had to take my medicine and fell back. It was like 6th or 7th, but I was just riding around. And I was actually about to pit on lap 100 when that caution came out there. And that put everybody on the same sequence. But because of staying out before, I had an extra set of tires. So when the caution came out with 25 or 26 to go there, there's a couple of us it was a handful, probably less than 5, that was able to come in and get another set of tires left and race it to the end there. And of course, it's almost just a survival game. Short track racing, bunch of restarts. Cautions are going to breed cautions there at the end, and just kind of happened to be in the right line about 3 different times. I was just in the right line at the right time when stuff was going on around me, and was able to kind of slip through there, and then had a heck of a race with Bailey. Man, that dude's crazy on old tires. He's double the laps on his tires from me, and he was able to just put up a fight. And I thought once I got to him, it was going to be an easy pass, and it was far from it. So he knows how to wheel these things out there. So yeah, it was a great race. Kind of a home track. We don't have a NASCAR track here in West Virginia, so I get to claim all the surrounding tracks.
That'll
So
work.
I'll take this one. I'll take this one as a home track win, and tracks like Martinsville and Bristol I always like to show up at. So this one's definitely a good one for me to win. I definitely enjoy racing here.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's something I noticed in the booth. I didn't really mention it on air, but when somebody's pressuring Bailey Curry, we noticed that earlier he was leading, and Patrick Langley had a little bit fresher tires, and he knew when to let people go. He kind of, everybody you watch giving up the lead, they don't want to give it up fairly quickly. They'll race a little bit, but then they know when it's time to give up. Bailey will just let them go, and then 9 times out of 10, you see him 5 or 6 laps later, he's already caught them back. And definitely over the past few weeks, we've been impressed with his tire management skills, and maybe that's something that plays over from being able to sit in the seat of a real one, and maybe kind of using that towards your advantage to know what to look for on the sim. But nonetheless, he has got it figured out, and which is just making the racing here more exciting, especially for us up here in the booth, to get to see it from a bird's eye perspective. And I was just looking at the standings. Not sure how they disappeared on me.
Yeah, that's being able to ride those cars in real life. Just having that, he knows when he's pushing the car too much, and it's something that you don't really get the feel for on the sim. But just having that real life seat time, you're going to know without having to feel it. How hard you're pushing the car. It's real easy to tiptoe that line, and he's able to get right up to it, make a lot of speed, and not heat up the tires, not overdrive the car. So that's all those qualities, saving the tires, being able to understand when to race and when to let somebody go. That's all from doing it in the real world, and it makes it a little bit sweeter when you come and beat them here. It's much better when I can beat him straight up when we're on the same tires, but I'll take one with 25 lap fresher too.
Most definitely. And you and Curry, the only repeat winners so far this season, actually had 2 apiece coming in, and you'll get the third one, and that'll punch the ticket into Daytona. And speaking of Daytona, I believe this might be the first year we've had a championship race at a super speedway. Now that you punched that ticket, is there any certain strategy that you're thinking about going into Daytona, or is it just another Daytona race and kind of play it out like you normally would?
Well, I don't pull any punches when it comes to restrictor plate racing. I definitely probably the least fan out of everybody in the whole league. I just hate going there. I dread it. It's not fun the whole time. I always tend to run there, and I always can find my way towards the front and lead some laps. And I think I won the Premier Series Daytona race last season. I was running good at Talladega here when we got tore up in both races. So I know how to get around them. I'm definitely not sitting there smiling as we make laps around those tracks, especially in the Cup side. The Xfinity cars, you can race them a little bit more, but yeah, my least favorite type of racing for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. If we were going to have one, if we were going to have a super speedway in the championship, luckily it is in the Rush side, because they've really got to do something to those A cars right now. Super speedway is probably just as bad for everyone as you feel about going there in particular. But nonetheless, man, you got that ticket punched, and you'll be able to head into Dover and let her hang out a little bit for 125 laps next Monday night. Congratulations once again on the Athens screen printing 150, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Oh yeah, thank you, appreciate it. Dover, another one of my favorite tracks. Can't wait to get there for sure.
Most definitely, we'll do a double header. We'll be at Dover tomorrow night for 75 laps too, so that'll be interesting to watch and see how those A cars do at Dover, and see who can survive that one. I believe it might be come down to a survival of the fittest.
Yeah, if you guys can tune in tomorrow night when we got doubleheader Richmond and Dover, 2 action packed. The Cup cars are going to put on a show on both of those with that low downforce package. It's going to be pretty good racing. I can guarantee that. You're going to put all these guys in a cage and let them rumble, because they're not going to have a lot of laps to go out there and play around.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting. Hats off to Sawyer out for throwing that together. And good luck, man. We'll hopefully hear from you tomorrow night.
Thanks, sir.
Alrighty, your winner, the 91 of Axel Jackson Allen, the West Virginia driver. Tomorrow night, 7:05, we'll drop the green flag at Richmond Raceway. Then we'll jump up, scoot on over to Dover, and run another 75 laps. Congratulations, Jackson Allen, Bailey Curry, Sean Bounty. Thank y'all for tuning in and joining us here tonight on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. Y'all keep